That means it's time for some poetry from Grandfather Clock.
Jamie the Mouse discovers a strange hole when who should pop up but Velvet the Mole. Velvet will stay at the pond for a while. Her kindness and friendship always make Jamie smile.
Thank you, Grandfather. Today's story is Jamie and the Mole. It's so hot today. The sun is hanging like a golden ball in the sky. Widow Greendale is asleep. Caesar the cat is on her lap. He isn't asleep. Everyone is suffering from the heat. Pete the Canary is sitting quietly on his perch. But then it happens. Flap, flap, Pete jumps over to the door, taps his beak on the cage, and the door opens. "She's sleeping like a log," Caesar whispers to the Canary. "Give Jamie my regards." Pete flies out of the cage. The cat waves at him and smiles. He's the only one who knows Pete's secret. The cage doesn't lock. Pete flies across the garden to the teapot where Jamie lives. But Jamie is away from his teapot. He's staring at a pile of dirt. What's this? It wasn't here yesterday, and now there's a mound of dirt. The Canary is confused too. Yang the golden carp sticks his head out of the water. "If you ask me, there are some pretty funny things going on in our garden." "Maybe a mountain is growing there." "I don't think so," growls Yang. "Mountains don't grow." Suddenly it happens. The mound of dirt moves. "Earthquake!" Pete yells. "Shh," says Jamie. "I can hear someone singing. I'm going to take a look." The three little chicks jump back and forth excitedly. "Watch out," calls Allie, the light brown chick. "Maybe it's dangerous." The rooster says sternly, "Allie, stay here." But it's too late. Allie is already running over to Jamie. "It's a volcano. In a minute, the volcano will explode and everything will be blown sky high." But Jamie isn't afraid. He cautiously examines the mound. It's a burrow. And before the animals can say something, he takes a run and jumps. Oh, dear me, he's heading for trouble. "See what I told you? Allie, come here at once." Oh, what are we going to do? Pete the Canary flies quickly over the mound. We have to save him. "Go on, find a rope," calls the rooster. Then Jamie appears. "I've found a new friend." Before the rooster can say a word, Allie runs up to Jamie. "Who? Do we know him? What's his name?" "Look," says Jamie. A strange little black animal with a cap on his head appears. "Hello, I'm Velvet the Mole. If you don't mind, I'll stick around here for a while." "Welcome," calls Yang in the pond. "I knew it wasn't a volcano." "Welcome," chirps Pete. "Oh, dear me, is it that late? I have to be going home." That evening, Jamie is nowhere to be found. He's gone to visit the mole. "Glad to meet you," calls Velvet the Mole, and he raises a glass of apple juice to our new friendship.
You know what that means? Here to sculpt a rhyme that's sure to make an impression. Grandfather Clock!
Oh, thank you, Musa Angelo. Grasshopper sits in the rain all alone. He wants a house that he can call a home. The others pitch in with the talents they bring and build him a house that's fit for a king.
Thank you, Grandfather Clock. Today's story is Jamie and the Grasshopper. On his own, the grasshopper is sitting sadly in the rain. I'm always in the rain, and I can't find shelter anywhere. I wish I was a mole. He has a house with long tunnels under the ground. He's nice and dry now. It's also always warm and dry in the hen house. The chicks and hens sit close together. There's no room for me there either. Velvet the mole appears. Hey, Grasshopper, what are you doing in the rain? Everyone has a house except me. So why don't you build a house? Answers Velvet. The grasshopper starts to work. He plants sticks in the ground and puts leaves on top. He builds a real house. Goodness gracious me, this'll lead to trouble, says Velvet worriedly. The grasshopper works hard, but then it happens. The wind blows. Watch out! It's too late. The whole house has collapsed. Grasshopper, Grasshopper, oh dear, says Jamie, who saw it all. The grasshopper sits down sadly. We have to do something. A house where you feel at home is always nice. I'm going to ask the other animals for help. They're sure to want to help the grasshopper. The animals are all hard at work. Velvet the mole digs a tunnel. Jamie saws and hammers for all he's worth. The rooster reads the blueprints and gives instructions. Jamie and the chicks bring soft leaves and hay. Meanwhile, the grasshopper is sitting staring into the distance. Oh, no one cares about me. Then Jamie appears and announces, "Hey, Grasshopper, come with me. We need you." The grasshopper follows Jamie, surprised. The grasshopper sees the house. "Wow," he calls out loud. "A house for me?" Everyone is so happy. Joe, Sparrow, and the Canary fly up. "Now you have a house when it rains too, just like the other animals," says Oscar the wood pigeon. The grasshopper picks up his violin and plays a lovely song for the animals. When the song is over, the grasshopper receives a rousing round of applause. Even the swallows clap. Yang the golden carp appears and wonders, "Isn't it funny that the animals don't want to get wet? I live in the water. I have a large pond, and that's my house."
What kind of car does an elephant want?
An elephant? I don't know.
A car with lots of trunk space. What kind of car drives over water?
I don't know, Musio.
Any kind, as long as it goes over a bridge. What would you call the life story of a race car?
What?
An autobiography. Now let's shift gears with a rhyme from Grandfather Clock.
Thank you, Musio. This Jamie the Mouse tells of a lost canary named Pete. Jamie's off to find him, but there's someone else to meet. Now the captain will begin, and you can see the rest. The secret is revealed along with our mystery guest.
Thank you, Grandfather. Today's story is Jamie and the Canary. When the widow arrives home one morning, she makes a terrible discovery. The canary cage is empty and the door is wide open. The widow opens the door and calls, "Pete, Pete, where are you?" "What's the matter?" Jamie asks the cat. The chicks call, "The widow forgot to close the door, and now the canary has escaped." Yes, but the widow doesn't know that Pete the canary can escape from the cage anytime he likes. "Oh, dearie me," says the rooster. "Maybe he's gotten lost flying around the garden." "You'd better go and look for him," decides Yang, the golden carp. "Pete, Pete, where are you? Pete, come back." Crop the dove flies up high in the sky to see if she can see the bird. It's noon before one of the chicks finds the canary. It's lying on its back with its feet in the air. It's dirty and bedraggled and hardly breathing anymore. "What a sorry state," mutters the rooster as he shakes his head. "Come on, make a stretcher for him." A very miserable procession arrives at Jamie's teapot. Joe Sparrow carefully starts washing the little bird. But what's all this? This isn't Pete at all. It's another bright yellow canary. The bird opens its eyes and says, "Oh, I got lost. My name is Petronella. I flew out of my cage and couldn't find my way." Petronella bursts into tears, and the chicks seek protection under the wings of Mother Hen. Yes, but where's Pete? Jamie sets off in search of the canary. He looks everywhere but can't find Pete. Suddenly, 3 black crows fly up squawking at the far end of the garden. Jamie is startled. He's afraid, but who's that? Pete the canary. He's sitting happily eating blackberries. Jamie steps forward and says sternly, "Hey, what's going on here? We've been looking for you all morning, and you're just sitting here eating blackberries." "Long live freedom!" exclaims the canary. "I'll never return to my cage again. Look at all those lovely blackberries, and there are plenty more over there." The canary is very stubborn. He doesn't want to go back. Jamie keeps talking, but the canary doesn't want to listen. He just keeps eating blackberries. Then Jamie has an idea. "Come back with me right now, you crazy canary, or else." Jamie points to the house with his paw. "Otherwise, Petronella won't wait for you." Jamie turns around and heads back to the widow's house. Interested, Pete flies along behind him. "I have a visitor, Jamie. Who could it be?" Jamie doesn't answer and strides on. Pete is very curious and joins him. They reach the widow's house. Pete sees the other canary. Petronella is sitting on a perch in his cage and singing a lovely song. "Go on," says Jamie sternly. "You have a visitor from town. Go on into your cage." Pete does so. The 2 canaries immediately become friends. They even kiss each other. All's well that ends well, thinks Jamie with relief, and returns to the garden. Yang the golden carp asks, "How's Pete?" Just listen. They can hear the 2 canaries chirping cheerfully all the way at the other end of the garden. And so ends our adventure with Jamie the Mouse and his friends. Now it's time to leave Widow Greendale's garden, where kindness, fairness, and friendship are cherished. Jamie waves goodbye and heads back to the little white teapot that he calls home until his next exciting adventure.